right, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Notre Dame Experience podcast. I am your host, Owen Gallagher. With me, we have.
I'm your co-host, Adrian Cameron, and today we have two special guests.
I'm Zoe DeMille, co-president of Student Council.
And believe it or not, I'm the other co-president. I'm Seth Stankus.
Very hard to believe.
I know,
Yeah.
it's pretty hard.
Very busy schedules. There's lots going on. We managed to book an interview, so they're going to speak with us today about the student leadership in the school, what you can get out of it if you come here intending to make a difference in the school. What are the stuff you can do? What can you expect? So just to start off with, I wanted to ask both of you guys, why did you start Student Council? How long have you been on it? Just sort of give us the background on that.
Well, personally, I joined junior council in grade 9. Well, it was a stepping stone to join student council, and that was grade 10. When I won the election with Zoe over here in grade 9. And then we've been on it ever since. And then it's a matter of giving back to the school, because as you will see, Notre Dame is a very fun school and is very spirited, and it was really good to carry on that spirit and whatsoever. And it's just really good to be a part of and feel very, very rewarded to see it pay off in the end and then see the positive feedback from everyone.
Well, I was always into leadership, ever since I was a kid, and especially elementary school. I participated in a lot of the leadership activities as well. So then in grade 9, I joined junior council, and then Seth and I ended up being the leaders of junior council in grade 10. So he and I have been, the past 4 years, both involved in all the leadership activities.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Yeah, I remember you guys were actually my leaders for junior council.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, good times.
Ruthless times.
Yeah.
So yeah, if for anyone listening, junior council is a great way to get leadership experience before you come here. Seth, you were talking about the spirit of the school. I think I've been talking to other people. That's the thing they really recognize about the school is that we have a lot of spirit, especially compared to the other schools on the board. We're very full of spirit.
Yeah.
So I know that's been obviously it's COVID time right now. We can't have a lot of our big major events, which we're disappointed by. So we have been focusing on increasing school spirit. Do you want to talk about what we've been doing in that area?
Yeah.
Well, mostly council's been really trying to step up with doing more virtual opposed events, because in the past, as you all know, we've done it in person. So, and this year we can't do it in person, so we're now taking more of a virtual role with it. And then we're also doing some school events such as bingo or trivia. And then, in the next coming months or so, we're going to start doing more online spirit events again. And I think Zoe will actually have a better say on it than I will.
Yeah. So we have always done, put a huge focus on spirit throughout all of our council activities, and that's basically the biggest thing that the student body can see, right? Because they don't see any of the behind the school kind of work that we put in and all our meetings and stuff like that. But what they can see is all the spirit activities that we do, and so that's kind of to thank them for their cooperation in these uncertain times. It's very hard to keep that spirit alive. So that's our main focus this year, is to keep the spirit alive and to do all those activities. So right now, we are doing a weekly gold card raffle, and so that's prizes to the school, kind of thanking them for buying the gold card. And then also from there, we do have, we're working on trivia, and so that's going to have a class prize as well. Basically, the past couple years, we've had so many spirit weeks and stuff like that, which were filled with activities that kind of brought the school community together.
Okay, very memorable, yeah.
Right, so they would have, there would be kind of scavenger hunts and that kind of thing, and we had wheels up with prizes and stuff like that, but they can't do that this year, obviously. You're losing a lot of it from the COVID. And so these kind of activities that we're doing still finds a way for everybody to kind of feel like they're getting something out of the school and spirit wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do miss the in-person spirit stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Seeing people run back to the cafeteria after finding that paper pumpkin, and being so excited to get some candy.
Exactly. And that was also a way for a lot of the members on student council, then they were able to get involved. Right, with so many activities that we were doing, there were so many positions that everybody on council could be involved with something, and now it's a lot harder with the limited amount of stuff that we're doing.
Mm-hmm. So we are trying to make that effort to give people leadership opportunities, which I think we've done a great job of this year.
Yeah. I think after inviting more council members to join, and especially now with trying to disperse kind of the leadership throughout, so it's not just the grade 12s who are taking the lead on most activities, because next year when we're gone, you know, it's going to be left up to them, like you guys, who are going to be left to taking control. So I think it's better if you have kind of this year to see how it's been run in past years, and you know, especially you've already been.
Yeah, I've already been on for a year before this
so
one.
You already know how it works and everything like that, but some of the new council members don't.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to teaching them how we do everything on here, so we can have another great
Exactly.
year next year.
Yeah. And then that, you know, for a leadership role, if you were ever looking to be president next year or something, right? Then like you already have that experience.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Yeah, and I remember my very first council event, other than our fundraisers, was a spirit event. So it was really easy to get involved with. If any new council members want to go for them, they're quite enjoyable. Yeah.
Definitely for anyone listening who's they're in grade 8 and they're coming to Notre Dame, or they're at Notre Dame already and they're thinking of getting involved, it's an easy thing to get into. We put a lot of effort into making sure that people who want to jump on aren't like instantly overwhelmed with having to plan 5 dances and a semi and Irish
everything's
splits.
part of a committee, right?
Yeah,
so
we sort of build our way up.
Yeah.
We do a good job, I think, of sort of kind of almost mentorship thing, where the people who have been on there for the past couple of years are very good at.
Yeah. Now this year, due to COVID, we didn't have a junior council, but
we will next year, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully,
Definitely next year.
It was a good opportunity.
I'm
for
putting this in
everyone.
the public records. Now we have to.
Fabulous.
We're obligated to.
It's a great way to get started, because there isn't a huge amount of commitment required. You know, the student council meetings are weekly, but the junior council meetings are monthly. So it kind of eases them into that leadership role. So I think it's a lot easier, especially from easing into grade 8 into grade 9. You're already dealing with a whole new amount of information and learning and stuff that you're exposed to. So I think that junior council is definitely the great kind of gateway into student council.
Yeah, and I think all of us here actually started on junior council.
I think everyone except Pizzoni over there. Wait,
Yeah.
Pizzoni? Oh, Chuck over there did.
I didn't start on junior council.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
I forgot about
I
that.
jumped straight in. No.
Oh yeah, and then you just won Senate rep right there in grade
Jumped
9.
straight into Senate rep.
Yeah, I just jumped right in.
I feel like
there.
if we're talking about student leadership, I'm gonna plug Senate quickly.
Oh boy.
Another position that we have like lots of opportunities for student leadership if that's something we want to do. We have student council, which is what we're talking about mostly today. We have junior council. We have social climate, who plans all of our social events. We have eco club. Another thing we have is the student senate, which sounds very similar to student council. I know a lot of people get it confused, but what it is it's sort of a council of people throughout the board. You meet up at the board offices. You meet up at the board offices every month, and you plan sort of high-level events. You're trading ideas back and forth. We're learning from each other what works, what doesn't work. It's another thing you can do if you're interested. So there is always options.
Yeah, there's always options to get involved. It doesn't really matter what grade you're in. Like, you can come in at grade 9, go for junior council like most of us did, but if you're in grade 10 or even grade 11, we're very glad to have you on.
Yeah, you're still
there.
eligible to join for student council, and it's a really good place, and it looks amazing on everything. You look good being in your school, being involved, and then also outside of school, it looks good that you're showing leadership within your school community, and then it also pays off later on in your community.
Yeah, if there's one thing we want people to take away from this, is that if you're at all interested in student leadership at Notre Dame, then give it a shot. Like,
Please
there is
do.
always, like, it might seem intimidating at first, but it's always worth it, and there are always people who are going to be able to help you.
Yeah. And there's plenty of spots too. Like, for example, the old bird and I, Zoe, we're both old people now. We're aging out this year, and we need new people next year. Same with Owen, he's gone next year, so we always need new people.
And I mean, there are some key positions in council itself. I mean, Seth and I are both the presidents. Typically, there's one president and a vice president. We also have 2 vice presidents. But apart from that, I mean, you really have the opportunity to kind of be specific in what you want to do. So, you know, there's a spirit coordinator, which I was last year, and so I was more involved with the rallies and organizing spirit weeks and stuff like that. But social coordinator, you know, if you're somebody who is really wanting to be involved with the school dances and stuff like that, that's something the social coordinator would do. So there's something for everybody, right? You know, if you're good with math, you could be the financial advisor, you know, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, totally. There's so many different positions, and even if you are, say, for example, like the social coordinator, but you want to get involved with another event, like, we all work together.
We
so
do, yeah.
Anybody can help with anything.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the athletic representative and the art representative, like, those are all positions that we need, you know, for different events. Yeah.
So I know we've talked a lot about what student leadership is like now in terms of COVID, but knock on wood, next year things will be better, and we'll
Hopefully,
be back to.
I'm really hoping,
Yeah, it's going to be good, it's going to be better, and we'll be back to the way we normally do things. So do you want to talk a little bit about what we would do in a traditional year? Like, what's the events you can expect to be a part of? What are some of the exciting parts? What are the perks?
Yeah.
Well, so in a normal year, you can compare it to last year. So last year in about October-ish, we usually have our fall dance. So last year was a nice good old hoedown kind of theme with the farmer, and some nice straw bales came if you need some.
Do you want to tell them the story of how we got the straw bales?
So a fun story. If you were at the dance last year, there was about 6 hay bales out front, the nice out front office, and to get them there, it was Ben Doherty and Prey Patel. Now we're gone. We drove to my house and we went up to my barn and grabbed 6 bales, and we had to strap them to his roof of his SUV because we ran out of room. And now they're there. And before we get fully distracted though, so typically we have our school dance, and then we go to, I think we have a spirit week for Halloween then, and then we kind of go more towards the Remembrance Day, more pilgrimage-based events for a little bit. And then we get more towards Christmas, and that's where the real fun is with everything.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, and before Christmas though, it is the Grade 8 Day. Grade 8 Day has always been an amazing day for student council. In particular, the person who has always been mascot.
Do you have any fun mascot stories to share?
Yeah, going through Miss Martell's window a few times. So and then we have the Christmas event. Okay, thanks, Chuck. So then we have the Christmas Spirit Week is probably one of the best weeks at Dame in general. Because we start off with the Spirit Week typically, and then we lead up to our semi. Our semi-formal is a great dance. It's been amazing, and it's disappointing that we can't have it this year right now.
Club Roma, the food there is fantastic.
Oh,
it's
the good old
really,
Club
really
Roma
good.
special. The pasta and the meatballs.
The pasta,
to
they
die
make
for.
Fantastic pasta and meatballs.
To die for.
Like, it seems basic, but it's so good.
So good.
It's so good.
So good.
Just up and out all night, you're starving.
Yeah. And then hopefully we'll be able to have that later this year.
Yeah,
COVID willing, like I don't know, COVID restrictions ease off. We'll hopefully
we don't want to promise anything, but
we can't promise.
We have plans for like how we could do some sort of semi.
Hopefully it happens. And then after semi, then we usually have some kind of school-wide event in assembly on the last day of school. So last year it was a talent show, and the year before that we had a magician. That was always student council led, and it's always been a great time for everyone. And then after the break, everyone comes back. It kind of dies down for a little bit, and then we start Spirit Weeks around February again.
Around it, if it's something people are worried about, just to sorry to cut in for a second, we do ease up things around exams. So if you're worried about this like conflicting, if someone is listening and they're worried about like, oh, I want to do it, but it's conflicting with school, we are very aware of that, and like we do ease up around exams.
We do cut meetings as well. I mean, anytime around the end of the semester, we do even just kind of not even hold some meetings, just when it comes right around exam time. And then we usually do finish off the year all together with like a little Mandarin celebration, and that's just kind of thanking everybody. And so that happens after exams as well. But after Christmas, when we do pick back up a little bit, is especially during our Irish Blitz, which is
coffee break comes in for a little
that
bit.
comes in
Oh
first.
yeah, just before
Alzheimer's coffee break.
Alzheimer's coffee break.
But then after that, the Irish Blitz, I'd say, is the second biggest. Like I'd say our semi, we spend the most time on.
Yeah, and then Irish Blitz.
And then Irish Blitz.
Definitely that's the second.
Those are our like big flagship.
And those are like my best memories though at Notre Dame was like semi and then Irish Blitz.
No.
And then probably some stupid things, but we.
We're gonna talk about it a little more later, but yeah, like there's some. It's great memories being a part of
it's amazing.
And I mean, Irish Blitz is typically kind of run by junior council too. I mean, junior council is in charge of most of the events there. They are the ones that are running the actual little games and stuff that are going on. So that is kind of the biggest event that junior council does, because they don't have typically a lot of responsibilities, just because it's trying to help them ease into grade 9. But when they do have the Irish Blitz, and that is a really big thing for them, and that is kind of like the first event that they'll really see. Other than typically there is a we bring in some of the kids from the elementary schools, like the younger grades. I think it's grade 4 and below, and we usually have a musical kind of theater go on, a musical show.
Yes, don't we usually have some sort of guest performer come in?
Yeah. And so junior council leads that, and then they lead the Irish Blitz as well. So those are kind of events where they're really seeing how they can be a leader within the school, and then sometimes they help out with some of the Spirit Weeks as well.
But they usually make posters too.
And posters and that kind of thing. I mean,
yeah.
the Spirit Weeks are always successful within the school, in the cafeteria. We spend a lot of time coming up with different ideas for what we can do for that week. So we typically include, like I said earlier, like a scavenger hunt, trivia, that kind of thing. Alyssa, one of the vice presidents, and I always do bingo. So we do that for Halloween, Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day. I think we did one year. So we always do the bingo, and then that typically results in like a donut.
Yeah, something like that, like a box of Timbits.
Yeah,
and then like some of the other events we've even done like during Spirit Weeks have been like, what was it, like there was the Wheel of Fortune pretty much right there on the table. Then there's even a ping pong tournament.
We do we still have that? Do we rent that out, or is it like
the ping pong or the Wheel of Fortune?
The wheel.
I think that was rented out. We should probably buy one though.
But we do spend, like the council spends, we have a meeting every week, and so in past years it was always Mondays, but we moved it to Wednesdays this year because of the 2 different cohorts. But we have so much time to come up with these ideas so that when we do the Spirit Weeks, they are the best ideas possible. And in October, November, we spend so much time on our semi-formal, coming up with the theme. We vote on the theme. Everything's confidential, of course. And then it's planning from there, all of the decorations, everything. We have committees for everything. So there's a semi-committee that focuses on the dance itself. And so that is kind of helpful for anybody on council, because if you're somebody who in October, November, you don't have a huge amount of time to dedicate to semi-formal, then you just don't be a part of that committee. You're still expected to help out in all of the council ways. All it means is that you don't have to necessarily be the one making all the phone calls or trying to figure out how to kind of organize the dance. If you're somebody who wants to do that, you're more than able to, but you don't have to. So I think that's kind of beneficial.
Yeah, it's good that we always sort of make sure that everybody is able to help when they can. And if you're not, there's really no pressure. You can always come back, later in a couple months and really focus on something.
And if, like dances aren't really your kind of thing, right? There's other stuff you could focus on the Spirit Weeks instead, right?
So, that might have seemed like a lot, and we do a lot of fun stuff in the school.
Oh yeah.
We do a whole lot of fun stuff, but I don't want, just as we're closing out here, I don't want people to feel intimidated by like, oh, that's a lot of stuff. It seems like a lot of work. We do have a lot of fun. There are a lot of great memories you make as a part of student council.
Lots of great memories of council.
Just before we close off, do you guys want to share a couple of your what are like the most fun things, your most like treasured memories from student council?
I got this one already. Well, right off the bat for last year, I'd immediately say was the Halloween costume contest. Yeah!
That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was great times. Led by student council, of course. And then a nice group of young gentlemen over there.
Some respectable gentlemen. We were going as...
A few of them might be in the room right now. Chuck. Won a Halloween spirit contest by dressing in all Adidas tracksuits and being Slavic dancers.
Slavic hooligans.
Something along the lines of that. And then even add on to that was some more like spirit base or council base. There was Semi. Semi's always a good one.
Yeah.
I won Semi Princess. Being the mascot for the school, that was always been fun. Just doing
OSLC as well, Seth. Right?
Yeah.
OSLC.
Just quickly for context.
I forgot about that one
every year around like late October, early November, there's a big conference we do at the Sheridan in the Falls. Everyone gets holed up. We get rooms up in there for a couple days. We get hear great speakers. We get to hear
about 2,000 students there.
2,000 students
and across Ontario.
It's great for networking and meeting people and learning
really is good.
Information about how to be a leader, and so it's really fun.
It's also a ridiculous amount of fun.
Oh, it's so much fun.
When we say conference where you learn how leadership, that doesn't sound thrilling, but it's
so much fun. There's also a big dance at the end of it. Mm-hmm. That also doesn't sound as fun, but it really is a lot of fun.
And last year, what we did last year, we should talk about what we did last year.
What do you mean we did last year, Owen?
The video contest.
One of the things at OSLC is the video contest, which we're all very proud of.
Yeah, we won a video contest. It was directed and filmed by our man in the back over here. You can't
Charlie
see him.
Martin.
Our man Chuck over here. He recorded it. We came
He's
first
in the corner.
all.
He's our tech expert. Yeah. He's the one who set up the camera for today because we can't.
Yeah, we don't have more than one. But we came first overall in the entire province.
Yeah.
Chuck filmed it. It was really good. It was
really,
a council
really
everyone pitched in for it, but it was mostly Chuck's like brainchild there.
It'll be on this YouTube channel, the channel this is posted on.
Yeah, so right after this, check it out. Highly recommend it. I mean, Ben Doherty.
Yeah, Ben Doherty's rap. That's a start. That's a start. Well, actually, there's a few SoundCloud records, but we don't talk about those. That's a start. That's a start right there.
All right, Zoe. Before we go, do you have any like fun stories you want to share?
Yeah, I mean OSLC was awesome, but also the Spirit Weeks. I usually take the lead on those. And so Alyssa and I spend a great deal of time just getting all of the stuff that we're going to use for the Spirit Weeks, and it's really fun just to organize it and then see everybody have a great time with it. But SEMI and OSLC, of course, this year we had to do it virtually, but and that was still great with all the knowledge that we were able to obtain from the speakers. But honestly, our biggest events, SEMI, the past Irish Blitz, it's all been great.
Yeah, and then this is our plaque from when we
as you can
won our
see.
music video. It was at what, like 60 schools and all.
It was something ridiculous.
60, 70, best
like
overall.
That.
It was over there hanging on the wall, and Seth spotted it.
Yeah.
We're incredibly proud of it. Yeah.
Over here. So if anybody wants to come by Mr. Mate's room and take a look at it, it's our proudest achievement.
Yeah. This is it's just to wrap things up. Yeah, student leadership. It's a great thing to get involved in.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to sort of grow yourself as a person. You meet a lot of cool people.
And have lots of fun with it.
Lots of fun. Make lots of memories. If you're looking to meet people at school, then this is a great place to do that.
Oh, so absolutely perfect. I mean, every aspect about even campaigning when you first start out, hanging up posters and telling your friends about it, that's something that's really enjoyable.
I mean,
too.
Seth and I have been campaigning against each other for
Yeah, especially with that semi queen, semi last year. And who won semi queen there, Zoe?
He did.
Yeah, no, we have our semi-princess right here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of fun competition involved.
Yes, semi queen over here. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. So is there anything you want to say to people just before we wrap up?
Yeah.
If you're willing to get involved, please do. It's so much fun, and it's really good for the school community.
Yeah.
It really pays off for you.
Honestly, there's something in it for everybody, and I think that this will be a great experience for you. You really get more out of it than you originally think you're gonna do.
Oh, definitely.
And it's awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well,
All right. Well, that's it for this episode of the Notre Dame Experience. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Sign out. Thank you, Seth and Zoe, for being here. Thank you for listening. See you next time.